Take some beans!
Welcome back to the Nerdery. I'm JD.
I'm Jimmy.
And Chris.
And, well, as the title of this episode is appropriately put, Boxes. In part 2, Chris has a Marvel crate, Marvel Collector Core, and then we have this month's Loot Crate that we will be opening live, as we do.
I opened a box earlier this week.
Double box reveal, and I'll have pictures up on Facebook.
There you go. And on my menu for tonight, I have Fight Club 2, number 2, The Tide, number 3, and Non-Player, number 1, which is actually kind of an older comic. But it's gone through several reprintings. They're, I guess, trying to keep it going or whatever they're doing.
I don't know. I think the author is kind of falling short because we'll be kind of. I'll be honest with you. I picked up the first printing of that 3 years ago. So yeah, the author has been falling short on trying to get an issue 2 out. It's a very interesting book, and I'll leave the review to you. But I'm kind of waiting. Waiting. So there
Chris,
you go.
what do you got for us as far as news goes?
I got a little bit of news. I got just a couple of releases. Titles of new manga I just bought. I actually do not have any reviews whatsoever except for just 2 animes. That is all I got. I have to play catch up. And I've had technical difficulties with family recently. And I'll have a bunch for y'all next week.
There you go.
And I'm reviewing the Fiction issue number 1.
Which I did last week.
You did a review of it last week. I'm going to give mine. And I'm also reviewing Batman Arkham Knight.
There you go.
The video game.
Yes, the video game.
All right, so who's going to kick off this little deal? I guess I'll kick it off then. Let me start with Fight Club number 2, issue 2. I'm going to be honest. I'm thoroughly confused. I have no idea what's going on. And not even in the traditional Fight Club sort of sense. Like, even in the issue, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know.
That's the point, man. It's about the journey.
Well, they're not going anywhere.
I haven't read it, but I'm pretty sure the author is going to try and throw you for a loop on this one somehow. So,
well, here it is. I'm looping definitely. I have no idea what's going on. Like I don't have the slightest clue.
Then he's doing what he usually does best.
Like I'm at this point, I'm really concerned that I'm not going to know what's going on until issue 3. Like, my concern is issue 2 is so nonsensical and so all over the place. My concern is it's irrelevant to the actual story.
It might be relevant, man. There might be something in there that's foreshadowing. Who knows? But hey, it's about the journey, man.
I'm hoping.
Did Tanya enjoy it at least?
Tanya was actually Tanya read it before I did.
Yeah.
She was actually very disappointed in it as well. And basically, the way she put it to me is she could sum up the entire issue in one sentence.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's that nonsensical, that all over the place. There's so much, like, really, really, really menial stuff. Just, like, a lot of filler.
There was a lot of filler in Fight Club. There was a lot. I mean, that's something the author goes into the details. And, you have Jack's rant about, if humanity were to ever...
Well, he goes about Sebastian. That's what
Sebastian.
They refer to him as Sebastian.
So you have... Well, he's always been generically referred to as Jack.
Yeah.
Because of the haikus. I am Jack's liver. I am Jack's colon. But yeah, I think like in the movie or in the first book, you have him going on about human space travel and how it'll be bought out by corporations. Like you'll have the Starbucks Stellosphere, and you'll have this. And I think that's probably, I haven't read it, like I said, so I don't know. But I think that's probably where he's kind of going into those subtle details and just going through the minds of the characters.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm going to give it the no rating of 2.5 capes because I have no idea.
Okay. Well, we still got, another 10 issues to go on that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Still another 10 issues to go. 10 more months. Oh, my.
A whole year of Fight Club.
Yeah. And then I'm moving on to non-player number 1. Now, I love the art.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I love the setting. It's incredible. As far as the storyline goes, it was kind of hard for me to follow. There was a lot of things that
I thought it was a standalone after I read it because I never saw anything else. And I found out why. Because the author just hasn't done anything else.
Wow. Well, it's still issue number 1. This is a third printing copy that I got. And
one a year, I guess.
Maybe. But it's the art's wonderful. The setting is just cool. And I'm really hoping for a number 2 because just to see, because there's so much going on in number 1, it's hard to see any continuity in it.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that we can get a number 2. So I can see some continuity. I can see a steady line forming somewhere of something. But I'm once again on this one. I'm going to have to give it the no rating of 2.5 capes.
2.5 capes. There you go.
It's not high. It's not low. It's right there in the middle because
right.
I don't know.
All right. So how was the tithe number 3?
It's my heroin. It's my crack. I can't get enough.
Matt Hawkins delivers again?
Oh, always. It's getting deeper and deeper and darker, and I love it. And like most of his stuff that I read, 5 capes. The story's well thought out. The art's great, and it's just incredible. I'm really anxious to see where this goes down. And this week, on Wednesday, a new story of his, Adrift. Its first issue releases this upcoming Wednesday, so I'm pretty pumped for that.
Not to overshadow the rest of his team, because he does have a lot of people who co-write and do artwork for his stories.
Yeah, from across the pond and beyond.
Yes.
Like, these guys are working together globally on these comic books. And
they're doing a damn good job of it.
It's incredible. And the first thing I thought when I saw the cover of issue 3 was, man, that's kind of Boondock Saints looking.
Yeah.
And
it's different, man.
It is, but it isn't. Like, they kind of have the same goal, it's just different targets, and
yeah,
it's definitely odd, definitely out there, and I loved every page, every frame. I loved it. So yeah, pretty much the standard Matt Hawkins rating, 5 capes. I loved it.
Awesome. Well, you want me to move on to mine, or?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna read we got some chat messages.
We got messages.
Yes. So you go ahead and do your fiction, and I'm gonna read our chat messages.
All right. I just read issue number 1 of the fiction from Boom Studios. You got Kurt Pierce, David Rubin, and Michael Garland on this one. First, I'll start in with the artwork because I know you had a complaint about it. It did have a very
cartoony.
Well, cartoony in a sense that it was very. To me, it kind of harkened back to older Japanese anime or manga, with a touch of the Adventures of Tintin.
Okay.
And I know I'm kind of throwing it out there, but it really did have that vibe to it. It was nice. I thought it was very quaint. It's an interesting story. People getting sucked into books and being lost, and you have their old friends trying to find them. So it is very. How did you say it? Jumanji meets
the Never-Ending Story.
Never-Ending Story. So yeah, it does have that underlying sense of.
Well, it has a lot more of an ominous tone than either one of those ever did.
Yeah.
So
So it's a very interesting story. I'll give that 4.5 chimichangas.
Nice.
I'd say it's definitely something to check out. Now, before we move forward, do you want me to give a review of? Do you want me to do my review of Arkham Knight, or do you want to
hold on just a second because we got some stuff in on the
okay,
chat.
Go for it, man.
Anna said that
little break. Let's do that.
Chuck Palahniuk's work is pretty much like that. She said probably the best way that you could read Fight Club 2 is as a whole.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be confused pretty much until the end. She says specifically, go find a copy of Survivor. Y'all be confused as fuck until the end.
Yeah.
Which, Anna, he's really got me confused. Number one, like I had grips on that. I knew what was going on. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that you don't. But with issue number one, I mean, there was a sense of continuity. Number two, it's all has gone haywire. All has gone insane, and I don't know.
But that's Fight Club, though.
Yeah.
That's Fight Club, and I think he's building it up. He's doing a good job. I have to read the issue to get more on it, but after seeing some of the films that have been adapted from his works, and I haven't read anything else except for issue 1 of Fight Club. I think it's very in style with what he likes to do.
Yeah.
So give it time, and I would say take more of a back seat to it. Try not to grab the wheel, and just go along with it.
Yeah.
You got to ride with it, not steer it.
Well, Tanya has a sub to it, so I'm going to be reading them all. Not to not duplicate, I probably am going to be dropping my sub because we're married and
you can share.
Yeah, what's hers is mine, and whatever. And I know I've been talking about this particular title for a while, Think Tank.
It's another Matt Hawkins title.
Yes, it is. And it's been very difficult for me to get through them because I have trades number 1, 2, and 3. And because you've seen the pile of stuff that I have to read. It's pretty ridiculous. So it's kind of hard to get back to that one. I did finally finish the first issue. And yeah, I'm determined. I'm bound and determined. I will be finishing the first 4 issues this week to get a review on that for y'all next week. So
there you go.
Chris, what do you got? You got anything over there making your drink?
I can jump in with my quick anime titles and release dates, but I want to hear the Arkham Knight, so I will be pretty quick. We got the boxes in the second half, and Lewis also. Guest we have, hopefully he shows up, Lewis, for a Blaze Blue special.
Do it.
Let's see. As y'all know, I've been on the Crunchyroll watching mostly the newer animes. I've been keeping up with Food Wars. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? I've also caught up real quick with Triage X, adults only. Ooh. And Trinity 7. Trinity 7 is actually pretty sweet. A lot of mage wars going on there. Let's see. Episode 12 is the last one of this season for Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? It's brilliant. Let's take Legend of Zelda and turn that into an anime with a little bit of bustiness going on, a little jumping around with the ladies,
but fan service.
A little bit of fan service, not too much. It's not really dirty, but it's cool because you follow this guy. Again, I'm saying this is like the third time I'm reviewing this.
Yeah.
This guy, you watch him level up. You see his goddess Hestia level him up after he's done with the dungeon for the day. Literally, you see him go down the road in this village, down into the dungeon. You see the dungeon.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about the dungeon and everything. It's awesome, but last episode was number 12. It was awesome. My God, 5 joysticks. That thing has entertained me every single week. It's done, and they've already set up for season 2. It'll be coming soon.
Well, I've got to watch this. So
it's actually really cool. That is a gamer's anime.
That sounds.
It's really cool.
I mean, I'm not as hardcore about not as hardcore about those kind of games, but I do like anime. And
yes.
If you're giving it a good review, I want to watch it because hell, man, it's kind of hard for me to kind of hard for me to find some good stuff nowadays, especially with my limited resources as far as, internet access to money, all that kind of stuff.
Well, come over. I'm off.
All right.
Also, again, with Triage X, Triage X, if y'all don't know, this is from the makers of High School of the Dead. He made that. They made that one season. They made the first slew of the mangas. That's it. I've heard nothing else from him. Well, he made Triage X. I don't. If I were to review it, it would spoil everything.
Now, I did watch some of High School of the Dead, and I thought it was really cool.
It was really cool. It's definitely fan service based. Definitely, heavily.
You find that out pretty quick. I think like 4 or 5 episodes in.
First episode, I think, to me.
Well,
but I'm looking for it.
you really find out whenever they start having their little bathing session.
Yes, of course.
So yeah.
Now, Triage X. It's they have. After they're done with their missions, so to say, these are all of a band of assassins that play as nurses and doctors. And they are nurses and doctors, and by day and at night, they are killing. Well, in the morning, whenever they're done, they're all in the bath together. And they're naked. And they're just bouncing around having fun and stuff, but...
He was masturbating!
Yeah, throw that in there real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it is cool. I mean, it's nothing fantastic. Triage X, I'll give 4 joysticks.
4?
It's pretty good, quick watch.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Trinity 7. Now, if you're a reader or gamer that always picks the mage or the wizard or the warlock to play, you gotta see this. Trinity 7 is about a Magus school with nothing but girls. Then they bring in this boy into the school. That's the only boy in school, and he's supposed to be this really hardcore, awesome warlock. That's a high demon, and all the girls are flocking to him. Obviously, it's fan service based, but
harem anime.
Definitely harem based.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely harem. And but it actually has quite a bit of good story. I would actually reference Triage X. I like it better than Triage X. I do like it better. Trinity 7, a lot of magic, a lot of destruction, a lot of really cool stuff. Spells. It's everybody's a mage. It's really cool. 4.5 joysticks. I'll give that.
Nice.
That one, I believe that season's over with. We're waiting on more episodes. And Food Wars. Nothing much new on that. They're still going at it. Very funny. They're still cooking. They're trying to get better and better and be the top and the best. And they're fighting. And
just to ask, so this is exploring the quirkiness and sensual nature of food.
Yes, you would definitely put that correctly. Yes,
okay.
The sensual nature of food. Again, warning:
food is very sexual.
It's not adults. It's not adults only, but
there's a lot of hand to mouth.
There's when people they start cooking. Okay, it's time to try so and so's food. My God, it goes into a scene where they're like having ecstasy, and it's crazy, and they're feeling themselves up, and it's just. But that's what makes it funny. It's extremely funny. Extremely funny. It doesn't show nothing.
It's a lot of WTF.
Yeah, it's definitely, but it's very, very funny, though. Extremely funny, very good comedy. I'll definitely give that one 5 joysticks.
Cool.
That one, I believe that one's still going also, as well as the mangas to go with those shows. That they are all coming out slowly, because all of these are new, and everybody knows that the animes come out first, mangas come out later. Translated manga, that is. Over here in the U.S. And
it takes time to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, it does take time. It does take time, and
yeah. Well, I would like to first apologize for the previous gunshots you may have heard in the background. I don't know how well this phone's picking it up, but we are watching Punisher Warzone tonight. It's on in the background. The opening scene where he's on the dining room table. Just killing off all the mobsters.
Okay,
You just missed that. That was freaking amazing. Ray Stevenson, who is not going to reprise the role. The next Punisher will be.
It's on our website.
It's what's his name from Walking Dead.
He also played BJ in Grudge Match.
Grudge Match. He was also recently in Fury. So as soon as we figure out what his name is, because we are so absent-minded around here sometimes.
Yeah.
I will be catching up on Crunchyroll, Parasite, The Maxim. And we'll also be catching up on Girls und Panzer. That's supposed to be a very fun, good comedy. A lot of girls bouncing around as well.
In tanks?
In tanks.
In tanks.
There's going to be more destruction. Supposed to be still a comedy, though.
Well, I've got some news pertaining to tanks in general.
Go for it. There you go. I'm heading off to you, man. That's all I got.
I'm going to start off with my review of Arkham Knight. For those of you who haven't played this game yet and don't have a next-gen console, it is totally worth it. This is the 4th edition to the Batman Arkham Saga, and I would say it's probably the best by far. Everything else has been building up to this, and they have done such a great job on this game. It is so immersive. It makes me want to play it all fucking day, and I can't help it. I love it.
Jimmy's found his heroin.
Yeah, well, my heroin has an end.
Ooh.
And I can put it down.
Hey, I'm not playing Warframe right now.
Yeah, because we're doing this.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Anyway, Arkham Knight. As far as the tank deal goes, your Batmobile, which you now can tear ass through Gotham in style. I mean, you got 3 available skins, depending on which pre-order you got, if you got one. And if you don't, get the season pass, because damn, it's worth it. And you've got the 66 skin, which I love the most. It's the new Batmobile done up like the 66 Batmobile. It's got the paint job. It's beautiful. You've also got skins for various characters, including Robin, Nightwing, and Batman, and you can activate these skins and play as the characters, as well as have them appear in the cutscenes. Your Batmobile does turn into a tank, because you have to fight tanks. And believe it or not... A lot of them. Oh my god, a lot of them. Dude, there was one situation where I had to go up against 40 some odd tanks. And you're not just talking about regular tanks with, cannons. We're talking about missile tanks. We're talking about tanks that have dual cannons, single cannons. You've got flying drones. You've got all manner of ways to defeat these things, depending on what upgrades you have.
What about Harley with that tank ass?
Oh,
hashtag that ass.
Now that I will probably have to give I'll have to give a follow-up review, because I have not played any of the DLC. So from what I understand,
he has a lot of them.
Yeah, I have 2 of the DLC packs for missions, which are the only 2 I think that are available right now, which is the Red Hood and Harley Quinn. I have not played either of them. However, the Harley DLC is supposed to be a prequel to the game, where she is breaking Poison Ivy out of Bloodhaven jail. The Red Hood DLC is supposed to be him taking out the Black Mask, which kind of confuses me, because the Black Mask, which was Sionis, supposedly died in Arkham Origins, which took place before the first 2. So, I don't know. But I will be giving up a follow review on those.
Next week, huh?
Next week, definitely. I'm going to give them a try. I
will try to catch up as well, and let's do a double review on that.
Hell yeah, dude. Right. No, this game is so immersive. They did do the one thing, and I don't know if anybody out there, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they did the one thing that nobody wanted them to do, but I think they pulled it off stylishly. You've got a very familiar face to the Arkham series that shows up yet again. And please, 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 if you already have guessed what I'm talking about, or you know what I'm talking about, give it a chance, because I think they did an awesome job of presenting the character, and you interact with him in a way you've never interacted with him before. So you've got team-ups. You've got situations where you're in a fight, and you are actually fighting alongside Robin. Or you're fighting alongside Catwoman.
Nice.
2 different Robin. Well, Robin and Nightwing.
Yes.
And then Catwoman as well. So, the Riddler situation, if you thought it was intense before, it's even more so now. You have to use your Batmobile to solve the riddles. You have to use your Batmobile to go through and actually beat the game. You can't do anything without it. I mean, it is integral to the gameplay. What's up?
Now, question is the team-ups.
The team-ups.
Are they AI controlled, or do you got to switch over and control them too?
You have the option to switch. It is AI controlled.
Damn.
The AI will swap between Batman and whoever he's partnering up with.
Nice.
Depending on what you want to do. If you want to play as Robin, you can swap to Robin, and you just do it with one click of a button.
Damn. That's sweet.
You can also do team-up takedowns, which are really cool.
You can do takedowns with the Batmobile.
Yes, you can.
Which I witnessed.
Those are freaking awesome. Yeah, you can fight.
Call it
like if you're if you're in the middle of a street fight and you're overwhelmed, you call in the Batmobile and it shows up and you can knock someone up in the air and it'll rubber bullet their ass to the ground.
Damn.
So it is insanely fun. I love this game. It is the best Batman Arkham game I have played yet, and sadly will be probably the last.
What do you give it? Preliminary?
Oh, I'm giving it 5 chimichangas all the way.
Now,
baby.
what'd you say? 5+?
I would say, if I could fit more on my plate.
Damn.
Throw that rice and beans on there.
I'll definitely be trying to catch
chips
up.
And queso.
Whenever I play, I'll be playing with the second screen available that you can have with your iPhones.
And I want to review that.
Yeah,
I want to review that.
I'll be covering that with the second screen and trying to catch up to Jimmy because he's gotten quite far already.
Yes, I have. The main protagonist in this is Scarecrow. The underlying lieutenant to Scarecrow is the Arkham Knight. The mystery of his identity is yet to be revealed. I have my theories.
I have mine.
And I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of situations where it could be this person, that person, whoever, but, it still has not been revealed to me yet. I'm curious. I am curious as fuck to see how it plays out, and I want to get there. But not too fast, because I want to enjoy it. I want to savor it like a nice steak.
Well, real quick before we let y'all go on our break, that was Joe Bernthal who was going to be playing Frank Castle.
Yes, that's right.
Was that Anna that gave
yes,
us that?
Anna gave us that information. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Southern Vapors and Captain Jack's Elixirs over in Baytown. They're located at 322 East Texas Avenue.
Get a hold of some nerdery official flavors.
And as of tomorrow morning, our friends at All Star Comics will be across the street from the mall in Baytown. They are moving tonight as we speak.
Wow. That's going to be a big move.
So, and definitely thanks to those guys, and huge thanks to Derek and wow.
Oh, you lost it, brain fart.
What?
Yeah, Steven.
Derek and Steven
over at Southern Vapors. Sorry about that, Steven. But huge thanks for those guys. We have a new flavor that's out. I have tasted it. It's absolutely delicious. Just saying.
Which is
like Goku.
It's a Dragon Ball Z themed flavor.
And it's Orange Dreamsicle. So go over there, try it. And don't forget, we have that giveaway going on. So take a picture of yourself, take a selfie with the bottle, and post it on either our Instagram, our Facebook, or our Twitter.
Yes.
And we're going to take our half-hour break. We'll see y'all back here. Give us a listen, and we have so much coming up on the second half. We have 2 unboxings, and we have Lewis here, should be here, with a bunch of special reviews for us.
Well, he's got reviews. 30 minutes.
It's going to be a Blaze Blue special. Yeah, special. There we go.
A Blaze Blue special.
It's been one of those kind of weeks, folks. So stick with us. We'll be back in a half hour. I'm JD.
I'm Jimmy.
And Chris.
Thank you, guys.